This was a total team effort for the Bruins. All 6 seniors combined the score to score all of UCLA's points. The Bruins absolutely dominated South Carolina, walking away 79-51.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Josh Haskell. Now, UCLA basketball, women's basketball has always been a good team. Today they are great. Today they are champions. For the first time in the NCAA era, the Bruins are national champions. You're seeing live video right now in Phoenix. Let's get over to Rob Fukuzaki with the highlights. What a game. What a run, Rob.
Before we go over to Rob, we want to listen into this interview that Kurt Sandoval is doing on the floor inside the arena in Phoenix just following that Bruins win.
They have just put in so much work and sacrificed so much to be in this moment, and I'm just so happy that they get to live out their dreams, and they make choices to be on this team and to buy in different ways. So I'm really happy that they get to celebrate this and end their career on a win.
I mean this honestly. They don't get this through this tournament without you. You have great leadership, great ball handling skills.
Thank
Congratulations.
you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
In Phoenix, sort of making his way around the court. And this is the big moment, Rob, that UCLA has really been dreaming of. They are cutting the net, the championship net, off that basket right now.
Absolutely. It's always a special time when you win your region. You get to cut down the nets. But cutting down the nets at the national championship location this year in Phoenix, Arizona. The UCLA Bruin women, of course, they were on a mission. After losing in the Final Four last year, they got together over the summer, and they talked about getting back to the Final Four. And winning the national championship wasn't really on their radar at the moment. It was just getting back as the seniors were playing together for the first time, or the last time, make that, in this 2025-26 season. A year ago, when UConn ended UCLA's bid at a national title, Corey Close and her team could have fallen into that category of just imagine if. But a year later, no need to dream, as the Bruins can now call themselves NCAA champions. Former UCLA Bruin Jaime Jaquez in the stands to watch younger sister Gabby have herself a day. The pride of Camarillo showed up and showed out in the first quarter. Look at the spectacular putback. The Bruins up 7 early. Gabby's teammates also couldn't miss. Kiki Rice ended the first quarter with a deep 3. UCLA eventually led by 13 at the half. But if the Gamecocks had any ideas of a rally, UCLA's third quarter, an absolute masterpiece versus Lauren Betts, 2 of her 12. Did we mention Gabby couldn't miss? She sends that 3 ball nearby Scottsdale. UCLA led at 51-30. The Bruins outscoring South Carolina 25-9 in the third. And late in the fourth, Jaquez put a bow on the blowout, another deep 3 from the graduating senior. She had 21 points in her Bruin finale. UCLA goes on to pound the Gamecocks 79-51 for the Bruins' 31st straight win. And for the first time in the NCAA era, they can call themselves champions. Of course, back in 1978, they won a national championship, but it wasn't the NCAA back then. It was the AIWA. And getting out was a very key, getting out to the fast start. UCLA outscoring South Carolina 21-10 to open the game. And then coming out of the locker room, they blitzed the Gamecocks 25-9 to start the second half, as you see the players continuing to cut down the nets in Phoenix, Arizona. Of course, that Duke game, guys, kind of gave them a little wake-up call, because Duke gave them a little a nightmare in that first half, and they trailed. Bruins trailed for the first time at halftime since the day before Thanksgiving, when they lost to Texas. And, of course, they avenged that loss 2 days ago.
And Rob, the gravity of this moment is certainly not lost, but I can't help but notice all of the blue and gold there. Did you notice even the ladder that they are using to climb to cut down that basket net right there is even blue and gold? It's like they knew what was going to happen when they walked into that arena today.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. What do you think as you look at this moment? You've covered this team this entire season. You watched the fallout from the very end of last season. Did you know at some point in the season that this is where this would all be ending?
Well, when you look at college basketball on the women's side over the last maybe 20 years, you see UConn, LSU, South Carolina. It's never the West Coast, with the exception of 2021 when Stanford won it. On the West Coast, there have only been 7 NCAA championships, and today was the 7th by a West Coast team. all the West Coast teams here in California, 3 by Stanford, 2 by USC, and of course 1 by Cal, now UCLA. You know, going into this, you look at them as the underdog because you don't see those West Coast teams making it to the top of the mountain, but you saw it here. I think the key was the seniors coming together. As you mentioned, they scored every single point in this game today in the 28-point blowout.
They are absolutely relishing this moment, as they should be. All of these seniors really brought this team this far. Rob, we'll check back with you soon. Josh?
Yeah, let's send it over to Ashley Mackey. She is in Phoenix. She has been covering this historic run for us. Ashley, we understand that you're with some UCLA alumni. Tell us who you got.
Okay, so yes, I'm here with some UCLA alumni who could really speak to the importance, the significance of this win today. This is Izzy and Cameron. They graduated. They played on the team and graduated 2 years ago. Tell us what this means to you guys as former players.
This means the world, honestly. Being able to see a group of women that you got to play with like later in your career, and then being able to see them be seniors and lead a whole team to a national championship, like, it means the world. I couldn't be prouder.
We knew when we were their seniors that we weren't doing it for then, we were doing it for now. And the fact that they've done this and like they've grown into the women and players that they are, and like they're cutting down the net behind us right now, that's insane.
We're gonna toss to Gabriella Hawkins right now. Thank you guys so much.
Put that into words.
It's really hard to put into words. I mean, I'm just so thankful and so proud of this group for winning this game today and winning how we did.
You are a rebounding machine, girl. Way to, seriously, way to, so happy for you and proud of you. I know you're trying to go. Let's go, Hawkins!
Thank you so much for that, Kurt, Gabriella Hawkins. And I want to bring Rob Fukuzaki back in. Rob, you're here. Something that really, really strikes me about this team is we're talking about 7 seniors, 4 transfers. Lauren Betts didn't even start as a UCLA Bruin. She started her career in college basketball at Stanford. So much had to happen for this team to get to this point.
Absolutely. I mean, when you talk about the team itself, it was built by Corey Close. You have to give Corey all the credit in the world for bringing this UCLA women's basketball program to the top of the mountain. She started in 2011, and she became a champion for the first time in the longest tenured period for any NCAA coach. So start with her and building the pieces. And Lauren Betts, as you mentioned, started at Stanford, which, of course, is a very, very good women's basketball school. They've won 3 NCAA championships. But when you talk about people like Gabby Hawkins and all the other seniors, not only are they very good players, but they are a very close-knit bunch. I mean, it seems like a cliche when you talk about everyone gets along and all that, but it really brings them together. And when they got together over the summer, after they got knocked out by UConn in the Final Four last year, they really got even closer as a group. And you talk about Lauren Betts. She had some struggles off the court, and you have to give her a lot of credit. And she became public with her mental health issues.
And they've talked a lot about that even just in this postgame there, so it really played into this entire experience. Now, the team, of course, did all of the work today, but the support system that got them this far was, of course, the fans out in Westwood. And our Tim Polium is there in Westwood this afternoon. Tim, Pauley Pavilion was rocking on Friday night during that game. I have to imagine it was even louder today. It was basically a home game there.
Absolutely. It was electric, Liz. There were so many fans here at the Pauley Center. I would estimate hundreds of them. They even had the band. And I am joined by a couple of diehard fans right now, Howard and Elizabeth. Howard, I want to start with you. What does this moment feel like for you?
This is awesome. We've been following this team for several years, and we've met some of the players over the years, and these kids come from the best families, the nicest people. The kids are so hardworking, and they're so passionate, and they're so skilled. It's such a privilege to be able to watch them game after game and watch them grow over the last 4 years, especially, some of the seniors. There's been 3 of them that were a nucleus for 3 years and 2 of them for 4 years.
Yeah, and
awesome.
the 5 starters, they're leaving after this season. So this is kind of bittersweet and emotional, would you say?
Well, it is. I mean, it's a big, we're excited to see what's going to be next on their journey, but the players that have been practicing with them have really been put through a rigorous program, and they could be ready to go again and rebuild. So it's really cool. This business, and Lauren, I can't say enough.
And Elizabeth, this is historic. Can you just describe what this moment feels like for you?
Oh my gosh. Well, I went to UCLA quite a while ago, so I've been following the sports. I'm a big sports fan. My husband and I came out just because I'd seen a link on social media that said, hey, do you want free tickets to go and see the game in Pauley Pavilion? And I love any chance I get to come on campus. And it was just such a good game. It was just so wonderful to see. It was so wonderful to be a part of the crowd. Yes. And just, it's so weird. I spent 4 years of my life up the hill, and then we're here and they won a championship for the first time. It's just amazing. It's just amazing.
Elizabeth, thank you so much. You can hear the excitement. You can hear these fans. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Tim, it seems like it was electric inside that pavilion earlier today. We certainly know it was on Friday night. Let's go back to our Kurt Sandoval. He's in Phoenix speaking with Lauren Betts right now. Kurt, take it away.
Yeah, we're waiting for Lauren Betts and Angelina Duglic, two stars, obviously. Lauren has been the centerpiece. She was a big tournament player of the year, the NCAA tournament player of the year. She's been very outspoken about mental health issues. She said on the podium today that she told her mom her goal in life isn't just to score buckets, and she scores a lot of buckets, but it's to help other people. So we're just waiting for them to finish with the Big Ten Network, and we will hopefully jump in with her. By the way, I'm going to brag up a little bit because I do have one thing in common with Lauren. I'm from Colorado and she's from Colorado, so I just want to say that.
Maybe she'll hear that and speed up the interview. But listen, don't rush a champion there, Kurt.
We know you love Colorado, Kurt.
Yeah, of course, she was born in Spain, and then her family moved to
Hey, can I just get two quick questions? All right,
here we go.
Tell me what you're most proud of about being a national champion, Lauren.
Man, the work and the way that we were able to stay so close and connected.
Lauren, I was talking to your dad afterwards. He was breaking down crying. Your sister was. I know you were. Can you explain the journey you've been on since you moved from Europe to Colorado as a kid, and to be standing here and everything that goes into it?
Man, my family's my ride or die. They've been with me through everything, and we've never given up on each other. We're all that we have, and we're so close. They get me through everything. And so, basketball's just done so many things for our family, and this is just another piece of it, of our journey together.
Last couple of things. Coach Close said, no matter what happens today, she loves you. What was that like for you this morning, and knowing now you have your degree, you have so much, but for the rest of your life, you're a national champion?
Man, this is honestly a dream come true. I was talking to Coach Corey this morning, and we were just talking about the impact that our team has had and that I've had on people. And regardless of how we do on the court, we can never change the impact that we've had on people.
Hey, you got to go. Congratulations. Appreciate it. Thank you. Lauren Betts. And again, I just love how she talks about wanting to score buckets, but that's not her purpose in life. And if you haven't read it, go to the Players Tribune. She talked about after she transferred to from Stanford here to UCLA, she checked herself into UCLA Medical Hospital to get some psychiatric help. When she was a little girl as a junior high school kid, she was like 5'10". She got teased all the time. Okay, you guys got to see this. They do this dance. The three seniors. Now, the story behind it is they worked for 2 weeks. That's Gabriela Jaquez on the far side, Lauren Betts in the middle, and Char Ledger in the middle, Lauren Betts on the side that we just talked to. They practiced this for 2 weeks to do this dance at the men's game, and it has blown up on social media. So there's no way they could get out of here without the national championship and this dance, you guys.
I think we're going to be seeing a lot of young girls doing that dance now, Kurt. That is so remarkable that she's spoken so much about her own mental health struggles, and the thing that she wants to do most is help people. I know there have to be a lot of young girls in that crowd there today. What is this moment like for them? And you have a daughter yourself who's involved in sports. The impact that this has over time on young women.
It's funny, you can still see all the UCLA fans, and there are so many young girls that come up, and I saw this last year when they were in the tournament, that Lauren will come over and just start signing autographs to these kids. I'm going to ask this one UCLA fan right now, what do you think? How do you describe what UCLA is doing?
They're doing amazing stuff. They really brought it today.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
they were everywhere. I mean, the shots that they were creating, the plays they were creating, the rebounds. Yeah, very impressive.
Well, thank you very much for your time. You can see, who's your favorite UCLA basketball player?
Lauren Betts.
There you go, guys. We were just saying that. Why is Lauren your favorite?
Well, I feel like she's just really inspiring.
Okay, and where are you from?
Wyoming.
Wyoming. Awesome. Why are you a UCLA fan?
I don't know, I just started watching them and thought they were pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. And how old are you?
12.
12. You're a rock star. Way to go. 12-year-old girl from Wyoming who wants to be like Lauren Betts. There's your answer, guys.
Love that,
And
Kurt.
I bet there are a whole lot of little girls just like that in that stadium and far beyond that. Kurt, thank you. We'll check back with you soon.
You might say that UCLA's growing that fan base, huh?
I bet
All
they
the way
have
out to
be, certainly.
Wyoming.
Yeah. They certainly have to be. I mean, these moments go a long way. This will reverberate across social media. These clips will be played over and over again, and there are a lot of young women who are soon to get into the sport who will be idolizing these women.
And I'm so happy that the rest of the country got to see UCLA in this tournament because, you know, throughout the season, UCLA plays at a certain time, you know, of course, 7:30 here at Pollard Pavilion, and it's 10:30 on the East Coast, so there's a lot of people who don't know how good UCLA is. Just get to know this team, and you become a fan.
And in Kurt's reporting from yesterday, even after they won on Friday night, you would think that this team would be practicing nonstop. The coach said they just need to rest their body. And in Kurt's reporting, he was highlighting the dance that they were doing the day before the national championship game. And I think that says a lot about how connected this team is and how much fun they were having together and how much they enjoyed being together. And that's what makes a great team, and that's what wins championships.
Absolutely, and that dance went viral because they did it at the men's game, and Mick Cronin and the UCLA men's team certainly so proud of what Corey Close and these UCLA women have accomplished, winning the first basketball national championship for the school since 1995 when the men won it, when Jim Herrick was a head coach. Then they won it up in Seattle. But yeah, like you guys said, this team, as they continue to grow over the last 2 years or so, as Corey is holding up the national championship, is it like it's kind of like a globe.
It almost looks like a miniature version of the crystal ball that drops in Times Square.
It is a basketball.
It's a basketball, of
Crystal
course.
basketball.
Something that struck me, Rob, about Corey Close was her relationship with the late John Wooden. She even spoke about that during her post-game interview, saying that John Wooden would always tell me, do it the way you're wired to do it. Of course, a lot of people in my family went to UCLA. John Wooden is a historic, holy person in our household. And I know to Corey Close, that really says something about that John Wooden, you know, he's been gone now for about 10 years at least, but that he had such an impact on her.
Absolutely made his mark on Corey Close, and so many people, not only at UCLA, but so many people across the country. He was, like you said, he was almost like a god when it came to not just college basketball, but teaching young kids the right way. His pyramid of success is something that everybody kind of puts on their billboards or on their you know, in their offices and all that. I know Kurt had it in his cubicle, but yeah, she talked about how special a man John Wooden was, and he really made an impact on her and so many people, especially with the UCLA basketball program when they won 10 consecutive. Can you imagine winning 10 consecutive championships?
10 consecutive championships. So Corey Close now herself must join the ranks of people like John Wooden. More than 300 wins to her name and to her coaching career at UCLA.
Yeah, absolutely. Throughout the country, Corey Close is now an elite head coach in women's college basketball, up there with Don Staley, up there with Gino Auriemma. Okay, you can't really compare all those championships, but she's on her way. I mean, she really rebuilt this program, and you have to give her all the credit.
So we've got 7 seniors here. This is the moment they've now been working for all season. What happens to these women next? Where do they grow this into professional careers? Where does this go?
Well, hopefully there are a good number of the seniors who will make it in the WNBA. The draft, I believe, is April 13th, so it's right around the corner. It's just a little over a week from now. People like Lauren Betts, Gabby Jaquez, I mean, Dugalich, I mean, there's so many who I think will get drafted and take their skills and and their game to the next level in the WNBA. And, you know, overall, we have to continue to talk about the momentum of women's college basketball, women's basketball as a whole in the universe of sport. I mean, they have come such a long way from that 1978 team, which wasn't an NCAA championship, led by Ann Myers Drysdale, who was just one of the greatest players of all time. So we're definitely looking forward to watching them on the next level, possibly for the LA Sparks.
And moments like this, watching this team through this momentous season and taking away a national championship. Now, if these women are drafted into the WNBA, you have to imagine there's sort of a built-in fan base here. And that's how women's sports continues to grow and become more popular.
Yeah, absolutely. Recognizing these players, getting to know them by watching them over the past year. And like I said, the rest of the country got to see this UCLA basketball team in the NCAA tournament because they don't get to watch them very often. So they are very familiar with them, especially if they get to play close to the West Coast or even for the LA Sparks.
There are those players that Ashley just spoke with a few moments ago, now hugging Lauren Betts.
Graduated 2 years ago. Do we still have Ashley or Kurt available to us? Because I did want to ask them, you know, Rob, this game was not even close.
No.
I mean, I think that a lot of people were expecting this to be a tough game for this team. And I want to bring in Kurt right now and ask him about that, because we know that when you have a blowout victory like this, there's always a moment in the game that turns and you start to think, wow, this could actually happen. Kurt, if we have you there, and Rob, feel free to weigh in on this as well. There's Ashley. Ashley, who do you have?
Yes, okay, yes, all right. We're here with Jeff and Lori. They're close friends with Coach Corey. You just saw your close friend win her first national championship. What does that mean to you, and what do you think it means to her? Also, tell us what you've seen her put in to get here.
Well, it was always about the team. It was never about her, just like she's talked about over and over again. It was about the journey. It was about sacrifice. It was about playing for one another, not just for yourself. And she's just the epitome of that example as a coach, as a leader, and I couldn't be more happy for her as a friend and as a coach. And this is my beautiful bride, Lori, right here. Isn't she beautiful?
Coach Corey, in her 15th year here at UCLA, she's won her first national title. And you saw her come into the stands, and she said, this is we. It's not about her, just like you said.
It's just not. It's just in her core. And everyone bought in, and they believed, and they carried it through. And they just, every single procrastinator that I saw this morning in the news said that Bruins were going to lose. But no, the Bruins had more. They had togetherness, and they executed so well. So I'm so excited for Corey, the Bruins, the Bruin Nation. Let's go Bruins!
Go Bruins.
Ashley, it's easy to tell.
Bruins. I'll send it back to you.
Well, it's hard to tell now because the Bruins have obviously won, so I'm sure there are more fans sticking around. But it looks like they are far outpacing the South Carolina fans that were there. It has to be a lot more Bruins fans there than South Carolina fans, I guess, is what I'm asking you.
Well, thank you, Ashley, for that interview.
It's loud in there.
And I do actually think something that was sort of profound about that interview, and we talked a lot about everything that had to happen, Rob, in order for this team to win. I mean, you got to give so much credit to the coach, because the coach attracted these players, these transfers. If you're a senior, I mean, if you want to stay there, these players could have left. There's a reason why they stayed, because they believed in Corey Close.
Absolutely. And Corey knew that these seniors were going to lead them if they were going to get to the top of the mountain. So you have to give her a lot of credit. And, you know, she was a really good player. She was a point guard for UC Santa Barbara for 4 years, from 1989. And she became a grad assistant for Santa Barbara, then UCLA. She went off, and then she came back to Southern California in 2011. And the kind of numbers that she has built, and getting back to a Final Four 2 consecutive years, like you said, everything was sort of playing out. Day before Thanksgiving, they lose their only game of the season, and that was to Texas in a holiday tournament. So that was their only blemish on their record, and here they come in the Final Four. The same 4 teams make it to the Final Four, all #1 seeds. And who do they face? They get to face Texas once again, get the revenge. And when South Carolina beat UConn yesterday, UConn was undefeated, looked like the team that would run away with the national championship. You almost said South Carolina just did UCLA a big favor.
That's right.
But when it comes down to it, I think they would have done that to UConn too.
Interesting. Well, we saw them run away with it today. It was not even a difficult task for them.
Unbelievable.
It
Over
looked like.
30-point lead at one point, win by 28.
31 straight. That is unbelievable.
Well, we want to get back to our Ashley Mackey, who's inside the pavilion there in Phoenix. We've talked so much about Corey Close, the coach who made all of this happen today. Ashley, you have one of her close family members there with her.
Absolutely. We're continuing the Coach Corey Close praise, even though she doesn't want to give it to herself. We got her 2 sisters and her mom here, and they are decked out in blue and yellow. What does this mean to you guys to see Corey make this accomplishment happen?
Start with mom. Well, when she was 2.5, her dad was a basketball coach. And from that time on, she loved the intensity of the competition. And her dad and her college coach and John Wooden, who mentored her, had great values. And so she always wanted to have a program where you have excellent basketball and excellent values. And this is sort of a fulfillment of a dream for her and for all of us.
And you 2 sisters, you've seen her hard work over these past couple of years. What?
33 years. 33 years.
33 years, 15 here at UCLA. Tell me, what was that like watching the progression?
It's been amazing because we knew she had it in her all this time. We knew it would happen one day, and today's that day. So this is a culmination of 33 years of hard work, pouring her life out into these young women, and making it not just about basketball, but about life, preparing them for life outside of this. But you can't beat this kind of moment.
She was able to communicate her vision to this team, and they really caught it. And that's why they stayed together. They just love each other, and they work so hard for each other. They're really playing for each other and for their coaches, which is so motivating.
And she gathered his staff. Every single one of them are wonderful people, and they love each other. And she communicates that this is the standard, and they buy in, and it's wonderful. It's great to be around.
They really are a Bruin family. And speaking of, we're going to go to one of those family members. We're going to hear from Angela Dugulich right now.
Here I am. I did that, we did that, and I'm just so proud.
As a woman who, they're just taking this live on the stream right now, as a woman who came back, and as you said, so many people told you not to, was there a point in this journey where you said, oh, or were you all in?
Honestly, I was all in. There's obviously going to be times where maybe I have a bad game or just have doubt, but my teammates and my coaching staff, everybody, like, if you have that doubt, they're there to give you confidence back, and then they just build you up and build you up. So if I did have those moments, it didn't last long because they were able to hold me up, and then I was able to come back.
Angela, like a year ago, all 4 #1 seeds, 4 great teams. You're on the inside circle. What was the difference this year? Because you guys really dominated.
Yeah. I think it was really the mental training that we do with Coach Tasha. I can't emphasize enough how much that has helped us. Basketball is obviously very physical and a physical sport, but it's really mental too.
Yeah.
We talked about how we can feel the pressure, but that can also mean excitement and so many different things. Every single timeout, every single good thing, bad thing, we just told ourselves reset and next play speed. And I'm just so proud because everybody on the court and on the sideline were on one, like we were one together.
You really know the history of this program as well. I was really impressed with that, talking to you earlier this week. And tonight, Ann Myers-Drysdale was honored as a 1976 Olympian. She was there in 1978 when I was like 14 years old, and I'm 60. What does it mean for you to bring that legacy back to Westwood and be part of the forever national champion?
In our eyes, they're national champions too, and we would not be here without them and without the rest of the players that have played throughout the years. Corey always tells like we wouldn't be here without the woman who would blaze the trail for us. And like from Annie Myers-Drysdale to Debbie Holiday, you got Monique Billings, Jordan Canada, Caprice. I can like name everybody that I haven't played with. Michaela Onyenwere, Kiara Jefferson, Cameron Brown. Like so many people who have played in this program, and they are the reason why we're here today too.
Well, my last question is the senior leadership, that you're part of this core, and I really thought all you seniors came together in a way that can't be seen in the box score. As part of that, how do you describe to the people watching what that meant off the court as well as on the court?
Yeah, I think different things work for different programs, and in Corey's eyes, we needed to be a unit, both on the court and off the court. We spend so much time together, and we've just gotten so close. Like, this for us is a sisterhood. You know, it really sucks that I will not be playing with them. Maybe one day if we get drafted. I keep telling, if there's a WNBA team who wants to draft all of us, I think we all agree to it. So that would be amazing. But just to see my teammates grow throughout these 5 years, 4 years, most of them 4 years, honestly. Like seeing little Kiki to now grown Kiki, and little Gabs to grown Gabs, Lauren. I love seeing people grow, and I've also seen myself grow too, and it's beautiful.
Look at that beautiful, that's part of the net right there. I mean, have you ever had part of the net?
I've had it a few times.
Okay.
Especially like college the past few weeks, last year, high school, I don't know. I played in really big stages before, so really, like, this was really exciting, but I didn't, like, I played in bigger stages before. Like, I'm used to this. I'm ready for this, you know?
I think that was a big part of it. A heartfelt congratulations from everybody at ABC7 and the Bruin family. Go enjoy. Angela Duglage. Wow, what a great performance by her and the rest of the Bruins tonight. You can see UCLA isn't just great players on the court, they're great people, very articulate, very smart, huge hearts. And I will say this in closing, you know, today is Easter Sunday, it's the biggest day as a Christian. And Resurrection Sunday is so important to Corey Close, and that's what she has always embodied, having a servant's heart. And that's what I think the end result is. When you have a servant's heart, you're really helping others. Guys, back to you.
You can hear, Kurt, in what these young women are saying, how much they put their trust in Corey Close to sort of help them come together as a unit, and really they reached this moment because they did what this program was all about.
No question. And you know, the sacrifice, the dedication, but the balance. And Corey is always quoting the late, great John Wooden, and that's what John Wooden is about, is balance in your life. And when you see these girls dancing at the practice before the national championship, that's balance. They didn't need one more practice. They needed to recover. They needed to mentally get away. I love how much all these student athletes have talked about the mental and emotional aspect. For me, as a guy who's done a few stories in my career, the mental emotional side of sports, it's what 2 is to 1. It's the late Bobby Knight used to say. That's how important it is.
All right, well, Kurt, we are waiting to hear from Ashley with Kiki Rice in just a moment, but we've been talking a lot about what these women accomplished today, but the draft is a week from tomorrow. What are we going to see from these women in the near future?
Well, I think, Lauren, you're probably going to have 3 to 4 girls from this UCLA team drafted. Obviously, Lauren Betts right off the top. Listen, no one hands the ball better than Kiki Rice, and she's a 90% shooter. She's amazing. When it was I don't know if we saw this on the air, we got kicked off the court. They always let us on, and the NCAA wasn't today, so if we had that, sorry. But all that to say, Kiki is just an unbelievable floor general. Gabriela Jaquez is so instinctive. Huge basketball family, obviously. Her brother's in the NBA. He was here today as well. But they're just instinctive players, and by staying all 4 years, and that's the biggest difference between women's programs and men's programs, you get to know them like the old days. And I think Gabrielle will get drafted. I think Kiki Rice will certainly get drafted, and Lauren Betts is going to be a franchise player for someone, because they just don't make 6'9" people with women with great footwork and great handwork.
Well,
Kurt,
maybe if there was a coach watching that wants to take all of them at once, you know.
Kurt, I wanted to ask you, was there a moment in this game that a game that wasn't even close, that it just really felt, was it in the first quarter, hey, this game is over? And we tried to ask this earlier, but 75% UCLA Bruins fans, what was the balance there in the crowd?
Yeah, you know what? It's hard to tell, and I'll tell you why, because nobody likes Connecticut. So everybody from Texas was, you know, so that it was a little tough balance. But obviously, South Carolina, this was the 4th consecutive Final Four. They were looking for the 3rd national championship in 5 years. They travel really well, but no one travels better than just a quick drive, 6-hour drive from the greater Los Angeles area to Westwood. It was definitely a much bigger UCLA crowd, but I'll tell you, every game I've seen UCLA this year, they are rarely behind, and when they get a lead, you're like, okay, a guy from the Bruin Weekly said about the last game, it's over in the first quarter. I'm like, I'm the son of a high school basketball court. It's not over until it's 0-0. But I took a picture when it said 60-30. I'm like,
wow.
South Carolina has 30 points. A great program has 30 points, and their deficit is 30 points. That was astonishing. That's when I was like, okay, there's not enough minutes for them to come back, and you still had to play through, but dominating and quite enjoyable to see.
Indeed. The final score, 79 UCLA to 51 South Carolina. Thank you so much, Kurt, for all your reporting and for just tracking and following this incredible run. Well, fans here at home, they are, of course, celebrating too. This is a very big moment for the entire UCLA community. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Pulliam, he is over at Pauley Pavilion. Tim, what was it like inside Pauley Pavilion? What are fans telling you? What's the atmosphere out there?
Yeah, Josh, it was just a lot of excitement inside Pauley Pavilion right behind me. And I want to take you inside. Take a look at this video. You can see the crowd. It was at least 200 people in there in their blue and gold. They were excited with every time one of the players shot. There was some emotional moments because they know that for some of the seniors, this is going to be their last season playing. But all around, it was just a lot of energy, a lot of electricity. And listen to 2 fans. These are 2 alums that showed up. They are diehard. Take a listen.
We've been following this team for several years, and we've met some of the players over the years, and these kids come from the best families, the nicest people. The kids are so hardworking, and they're so passionate, and they're so skilled. It's such a privilege to be able to watch them game after game and watch them grow over the last 4 years, especially, you know, some of the seniors.
I love any chance I get to come on campus, and it was just such a good game. It was just so wonderful to see. It was so wonderful to be a part of the crowd, and just, you know, it's so weird. I spent 4 years of my life like up the hill, and then we're here, and they won a championship for the first time. It's just amazing.
Yeah, it was like a pep rally type atmosphere because you had a host that was really revving up the crowd. You had the band. I even saw some cheerleaders, and it was a lot of school spirit. Right after the game, a lot of the fans came out into the entryway because they had the women's Big Ten championship trophies on display inside the breezeway. And so a lot of fans were taking photos by those trophies, and now they'll have another one to take a photo with.
First one since
ABC 7. Eyewitness News. Back to you.
All right, the first trophy for the women since 1978. All right, Tim, thanks so much. We'll check back with you in just a bit. We want to get back over to Ashley Mackey, who is inside the arena in Phoenix. Ashley, you have been spending the afternoon with family members of some of the players who made this happen today.
Right now, I'm with Edith. She is Michaela Onyewere's mom. Michaela is the assistant coach here at UCLA, and she's also an alumni. So she's been with UCLA. Just talk about what this means to the team, to the program. Its first NCAA national championship.
You know what? I'm so proud of Coach Corey. I was at Easter service last night, and I was praying for her because she has been like pouring into this program. We've been with the program since 2017. Michaela that was her class. She graduated in 21, and that one of the reasons we selected the school was because of her. She's really a giver, and she's good at what she does. And it's a blessing that she's able to kind of get this first national championship because there's not a coach that deserves it more than her, I think. So I'm so proud of her.
Absolutely, and these girls, the work that they've put in, and obviously Michaela had a part in that. As Michaela's mom, what does that mean to you?
Oh, Michaela is a joy. Michaela is a joy, and I'm always ready to support her. And I didn't know that she would even do coaching. So when the opportunity came, I encouraged her to do it because Corey's a person that just, there's a lot to learn from her. She coaches and she wants to win, but she puts the person first, and she really is a mother. So when Michaela was in the program, I was comfortable because she had a mother that was, away from me, but I felt like, I didn't have to worry. So Corey's that coach. She's going to take care of your kid. She's going to take care of your kid mentally, emotionally, and physically, as well as a basketball. So if you have a choice, go with UCLA. Corey's the best coach out there because she cares.
I mean, I love how everybody pretty much says the same things about Coach Corey. It really is a family. She's really pouring into these young ladies, and it's paid off.
Yes.
Her first national championship, UCLA's first NCAA national championship, and the celebration continues here in Phoenix. I'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Ashley. Appreciate it and all your reporting on this historic run. We have Rob Fukuzaki here.
And Rob, before we wrap up some of our coverage of this, momentous afternoon for the UCLA Bruins, we keep talking about what comes next for these women, and you've looked into the draft a little bit. That's a week from tomorrow.
It's a week from tomorrow in New York City, and I think we should be there, hint, right? But going into this, I think there's even more evidence that we should be there, because in a mock draft, and a very reputable one, they have all 5 UCLA starters from this team going between the number 4 pick and the number 14 pick. Number 4 would be Lauren Betts to the Washington Mystics. Next pick, Chicago Sky, Kiki Rice. Then you move on to the next UCLA Bruin. That's the 8th pick overall, the Golden State Valkyries. And then moving down the list, one other UCLA player, the Connecticut Sun, Gabby Jaquez. And then at number 14, the Seattle Storm with Charlize Lager-Walker. Then you have Angela Dugalich going 22nd overall. So all 6 seniors are projected to go in the first round.
Wow.
That is unbelievable.
And after what we saw this afternoon, you can understand why. I think their stock just rose significantly at the very last moment.
Especially Gabby's.
Yes,
yeah, without
absolutely.
a doubt.
Well, Rob, before we go this afternoon, let's get your final thoughts on this game, the first national title for the UCLA Bruins.
Yeah, the first NCAA title for the UCLA Bruins on women's basketball. And I think what Corey Close has built is just so very special. We talked about the character of Corey Close, and her mom was mentioning it's all about character, quality people. And that's the type of people that Corey Close goes out and recruits. And as you see, there's such a close-knit group coming together. She also talked about John Wooden. 2 of John Wooden's most famous quotes is, "Failing to prepare is preparing to fail." And of course, she had them prepared, leading by over 30 points in this game, winning by 28. And his other quote, "Make each day a masterpiece." And this was the masterpiece. Congratulations, Corey Close and the UCLA Bruins.
One of the quotes that I just wrote down from her that I heard mentioned in some of the post-game coverage is, "Talent is our floor, our character determines the ceiling." And I think she built a team with character that the ceiling is now a national championship title.
All about the foundation.
Yeah, and that quote said as her sister had some confetti in her blue hair.
That's right.
Which just shows the support staff that all these players have. Yeah,
all right, Rob, we know
coaches.
you'll have much more from us. We'll have Kurt Sandoval coming up from Phoenix later on. We'll be back for Eyewitness News at 5 and 6. And, of course, you'll have a very special edition of Sunday Night Sports later on tonight.
A lot of celebration.